Welcome to the deep dive. We cut through the noise to bring you the insights you really need. Today we're jumping into the future of work. We've got this stack of sources, Future Ready Careers 2030, our mission. Find the key takeaways for, navigating what's coming and staying ahead.
Yeah, and look, this isn't just your standard economic fluctuation. What these sources are showing is, well, a fundamental transformation, really deep changes in the global workforce. We're talking 78 million net new jobs by 2030. That's huge.
Right.
But at the same time, something like 22% of all current jobs globally, they're facing disruption, major disruption.
22%.
Well,
That's a big number. So, okay, let's unpack this disruption a bit. What does it actually look like on the ground? Well, the sources point to something pretty startling. 40% of current job skills are going to be obsolete, or at least change significantly.
40%, yeah.
And that's creating, a real headache for employers. 63% already say this skills gap is a major barrier.
Yeah.
And for everyone listening, for us, it basically means 50% of workers are going to need some serious upskilling by 2030.
Yeah.
60%.
It's a huge learning curve. But what's really fascinating here, if you look closer, is who's likely to thrive. Let's call them tomorrow's career champions. We see just explosive growth forecasts in some specific areas. Big data specialists, they're looking at 110% growth.
Wow.
Yeah. And fintech engineers, that's 95%. AI and machine learning specialists, about 85%. But interestingly, it's not all tech. The human-centered roles, still absolutely critical. Think UI, UX designers making tech usable. And nursing professionals, definitely.
Right. That's a really important point. It balances out the pure tech focus we hear so much about. So, okay, new jobs are one thing. But what about the skills? What skills are really, really essential now? The sources seem to boil it down to two main buckets. You've got the technical side, AI, big data know-how, network, cybersecurity, kind of the new table stakes maybe. But then, just as vital, maybe even more so, are the human skills, things like analytical thinking, creativity, resilience, flexibility, agility.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence, too. It's less about just learning one new thing, more about continuous learning, right?
Yeah.
Adaptability.
Exactly. A continuous learning imperative. And if you connect that to the bigger economic picture, well, the urgency is stark. Take the G20 countries. They could miss out on, get this, $11.5 trillion in GDP growth if they don't meet this skills demand. Trillion.
That's staggering.
It really is. And this is where strategic career guidance becomes, well, the critical bridge. Think about it. Over 13,000 different career paths out there. It's overwhelming. We see 31% of teenagers already stressed about career choices. Guidance helps cut through that noise, not just for kids, but, for all of us navigating this.
And it's not just vague advice, is it? The sources really zoom in on the power of specific career conversations. I found this research fascinating. Every single career talk a young person found very useful back at age 14 or 15. That translated to a 1.6% wage premium by age 26, just from a conversation.
Yeah, it's quite something.
And if they had 3 or more of those useful talks, the long-term benefits were even clearer. So why? What makes these conversations actually work?
Well, the sources suggest they provide non-redundant, trusted information. Basically, unique insights you wouldn't just stumble upon. Plus, you get realistic job previews, what a job is really like, and crucially, opportunities to expand your network. But to really make them count, these conversations need sort of structure, a regular rhythm, maybe preparing a little beforehand, and talking to different kinds of people, not just your boss, building a real support system. Look, the bottom line is this 2030 transformation, it's not way off in the distance. It's happening right now. Those 78 million new jobs we mentioned, that's a massive opportunity, but you need to be strategic to grab it.
Right. So it really comes down to a choice for you listening. Are you going to be reactive or proactive in shaping where your career goes? The core message from this deep dive is pretty clear. Career guidance, these conversations, they aren't just nice to have anymore. They're actually your competitive advantage in this age of transformation. So here's a challenge for you based on what we've discussed. First, try to schedule maybe 3 strategic career chats this week. Mentors, colleagues, whoever. Second, do a quick personal skills gap check against those 2030 requirements we talked about. Be honest. And third, just pick one high growth skill area you can start developing, right now. Your future self will thank you.